Okay, well, this is the beginning. This is the first one. This is Dad Deep Dive. I'm here with Jeff Springer. I'm Seth Westmoreland. We're part of a group of people called Suit Up Ministries. It is an organization designed to tell men how to get off the bench and get in the game and be the dad that God has called them to be.
Right now, we want to offer at a subscriber's convenience in the comfort of their home and their own timetable and the busyness of their schedules to log in to Dad University whenever, and to provide this library, plethora of speakers talking about various topics related to what it means to be a daily, active, devoted dad. You know, we've got a lot of men out there that are divorced, and we talk about that at Dad U. You know, one of our presentations is divorced but devoted, and it's probably the unfortunately
which was packed.
The packed, and we would still be there right now if we had to move them. Because there are a lot of men out there that. Unfortunately, for whatever reason, marriage breaks up, but they don't want to. They still want to be involved in their kids, and God bless them for that. Because there are a lot of men that divorce their wife and then they divorce their kids too, and they walk. And that's why we're here today. You know, it's a reason for Dad University and Suit Up Ministry, and why there's such a crisis in our families. But
you know what's fascinating, man? You know, because again, the odds are there. 50% are divorced. Of those kids that have a dad, the 50% to do. This is totally just observations from being a teacher and thousands of kids. It's not scientific data, but the 50% of kids that have a dad in their life, about half of those are positive and active. So it's 25%. So it's 75% of kids. So in my mind, why would we not focus on men right now if 75% of them we feel like aren't serving their kids? And it's not that we don't want, in terms of this group or a focus on men, to serve. We want to focus on men so they can go out and serve everyone.
What would you say to our audience, to these men that God's going to send to this podcast about the importance of being a dad?
Dads go far further than just production. I've said this before. It takes a male to have a child. It takes a man to be a daddy.
How does someone recalibrate?
Yeah, so it really is a value adjustment. You know, where do we get our values? How do we recalibrate to what our Creator, God says really matters most? And so to me, there are three. There are probably more, but there are three biggies for me. One is, and we teach this a lot in Authentic Manhood in 33, the series, it's called the paradox principle. Die to live, okay? And that's a paradox. You really want to live or you got to die. Mm-hmm. But it comes from what Jesus says in Luke chapter 9, verse 23. He says, whoever wants to follow me must deny themselves and take up their cross. There's that dying part. And he says, take it up and do it daily. So it's not like an event, a one and done thing, but it's a daily dying to ourselves and then, come on, follow me.
When a kid turns 14, what do we want for them? Ultimately, it comes down to priorities. Like, what are we trying to make sure that we pass on to the next generation, our own children? What's going to make us most proud? To be able to walk into their bedroom when they're getting ready to graduate high school and say, look at all those trophies. Yeah. Look, dusting is one of my least favorite things as a chore. And that's all those trophies end up becoming, is something to dust. Because at the end of the day, those kids don't care. They don't remember. They don't remember the tournament it came from. So for me, it's let's prioritize, what do we want our kids to get while they're here at home.
But we'll look back 5-10 years from now and see things that changed in the way we do ministry, that we will say, if God hadn't allowed the pandemic to happen, those changes might never have been made.
Praise God. I'm called Pastor Sweta Daniel from Nafa district. I thank God because it was a blessing to us as people of this end. That is university. Really, it is a great gift to us.
Dad, that is daily active devotion. Daily active devotion in my home, in my family. My children have been asking me questions every day, every minute, every hour, but I've been not answering them. But through Daddy's anniversary, my two handsome sons, that's Jonathan and Israel, and my daughter Miriam, who is now 4 years old. I'm ever answering their questions frequently, and my home is very, very happily. We are living a very happy life now because my children just like to learn from me, and therefore I'm their teacher. And just as Pastor Jeff said, that one of the responsibilities of the dad is to guide the children and support. So with me, I began supporting and promoting my children. They ask questions, I answer them.
I am very, very blessed to be a part of the work that Pastor Jeff is doing with the families. I have learned a lot. One of the things that I was encouraged and motivated to do is to focus on the man, the dad. Prepare the dad, prepare the man, prepare the fathers, so that we can empower and prepare others. And I think this, I'm going to really take it up. I was encouraged by the statements, don't quit, don't give up, and get up. We are going to persist and we will not fail.